election of 1800, the last two candidates were John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. This particular election was a very well-known election for the events and arguments that went on during the election time. Most of the arguments and events were caused because Jefferson was a Republican and Adams was a Federalist. Although not only were they part of different political parties, they were also the main leaders of those groups. Both the Republicans and Federalists wanted the candidate that believes what they believe to get president. As you can most likely infer, this caused many problems.
The Federalists and Republicans did things very different, and this is what caused the conflict. The Federalists liked manufacturers, wealthy, and educated people. They liked the government to have most of the control and little control to the people. They supported the national banks, taxes, national debt good for countries, government consumes, state debts, and high taxes. They wanted war with France and liked Britain. Although the Republicans liked farmers and planters, they liked states' rights over the government. They were against the national bank, high taxes, and wanted states to pay own debt. They didn't want war with French and liked them.
A lot of people said that during the election of 1800, the country was in a split. This election was called this because the number of electoral state votes for each of the candidates was almost even. The states that voted for Thomas Jefferson included New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. The states that voted for John Adams included Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Vermont, and New Hampshire.
Finally, the election had come to an end, and the president that was elected was Thomas Jefferson. Although the fights with the political parties were not over, many of the Federalists rebelled and protested because they did not get the president they wanted.
After Jefferson was elected president, he had to give an inaugural speech. Jefferson decided to base his speech off of the election and try to fix the bonds between the political parties. One of the big quotes he said in his speech was, "A wise and frugal government shall not take from the mouth of labor the bread it has earned." This meant that the government should not take away from the states' rights that they have earned.
Another thing Jefferson said was, "Every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle." This means that just because people had different political parties did not mean they were all different and needed to treat each other differently. They were all part of the country and will have to follow the same laws or principles.
Altogether, through his speech, Jefferson tried to fix the issues between the political parties. Although this speech did help fix some of the problems, it did not fix them all. There was still a separation between the two candidates. This was caused by John Adams saying the election was not correct and making excuses. Many people said the two men were divided forever and not able to bring back together. Although the election had already been decided, the problem still had to be decided and tried to be fixed. Jefferson's first inaugural speech tried to fix those issues and only solved some of them.